Yo, it's your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, back at you with a new video. We have Friday night NFL talk with beer with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. Cash App, $ OrionNWSF on the YouTube Super Chat right here. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on the YouTube page. Follow me, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram at NW Sports Fanatics. So as you can see, I wanted to wait until tomorrow to be able to do this debut. I'm watching the Cardinals and Cowboys right now, but I figured, you know what, I had to be able to show it off and obviously show off the great work of my boy Johnny. Look at the footer at the bottom of the screen, the header. Look at the scoreboard. New and improved. Man, I can't wait for tomorrow's matchup. I'm going to try to do as much streaming as possible. 1 or 2 games on Saturday, 1 or 2 games on Sunday. I made a post, obviously, of the footer header down at the bottom, which I absolutely love. Scoreboard turned out fucking fantastic. I love it that it stretches all the way across the screen up there. I hope everyone is having a fantastic Friday. You know, I've been going through some ups and then some downs, going through, anxiety and depression and certain things from time to time, and sometimes it gets tough, but one thing that I know that can always try to get me back on track is obviously you guys and the NFL. So I figured I would drink some beer. I got some gummies as well. Today's show is sponsored by Wild Gummies, elderberry. Eat 1, eat 2, eat the whole fucking box. It'll definitely take care of you. I might end up popping a couple of those here in a few minutes. And today's show is sponsored by my favorite beer, Corona Extra. We're not talking coronavirus. We're talking about Corona Extra. And you got to make sure you put the lime in there as well. But hey, I'm excited about the opportunities moving forward. The aesthetics now are finally up to my standard. This is what I've always wanted for the channel for years and years and years. I finally have been linked up with the right people to be able to make my dreams finally start to come true. Now, I still need to be able to get better software for Photoshop for the thumbnails and then a YouTube header. There's a few other things that are along the way, and I'll do a whole brand new rebranding with Johnny probably in a few months before the season. But you guys let me know what you think. I think this is really going to take the channel to the next level. Obviously, the header at the bottom, the footer, looks fucking fantastic. The scoreboard at the top is very unique, and it looks great. I can't wait to be able to grind it out and to be able to get more and more people to know who NWSF is, the Northwest Sports Fanatics and the Fanatic family. So comment below what you guys think. Obviously, there any kind of NFL questions that you guys want to talk about. You guys want to talk about fly like a butterfly, sting like AB. What is this guy on? I had to put him as a thumbnail. First, he decides to quit. And there's, 2 sides to every story with BA and Antonio Brown. They probably were both wrong. They probably both handled things inappropriately. You know what I mean? Bruce Arians was probably a little bit too harsh with his words. AB maybe was a little too sensitive, thinking that they were just going to screw him out of the money. Is it just about the money? Or are we trying to win a fucking Super Bowl? And then he did an interview that I saw on Twitter, and then he was blasting Tom Brady. He said, well, how come Tom couldn't help me get Gronk money or like first tier money? I'm the best player on the team. I mean, man, it's like, okay, there's a reason why that you had to get that introductory contract, because we never knew if you were going to blow up and have these issues, legal issues, and obviously fake COVID card. And it's just a lot of drama, but when he's healthy, for that 5 or 6 year period, he was the best wide receiver in the game for about 5 to 6 years straight. And that's big facts, but he's not that same player anymore. But what I will say is that he did help me win the Super Bowl. He did help me get to the NFC Championship game, and he was an instrumental part of the team. I wouldn't have been able to do it without him. I just, don't know if it's CTE, if it's just mental, if he just lost it. I don't know what's going on, but we could have really used him in this playoff push. But like I said, today's show, Friday night NFL talk with beer. I'm debuting the new look of the channel. My boy Johnny hooked me up, man. You know what I mean? Like I said, I've always wanted to have a scoreboard that looked like this. I've always wanted a header, footer at the bottom to look like this. And now, finally, the channel is looking exactly the way that I want it. Now I just got to put my head down and grind. I'm super excited about the possibilities of 2022 and beyond. I know we're going to be able to get more subs, more views. I'm going to need your guys' help as well to share the channel, smash the like button, donate when you can, and tell your friends. Let's just get more and more people to join the Fanatic family, because that's really what it's about. You know what I mean? I'm already linked with Grossi. Holly Hundo, obviously, is a mod with the channel. We've got a lot of great people that we've been able to bring over from the Grossi Posse raid in October, and I'm extremely thankful. Johnny, Holly Hundo, Grossi, and a lot of y'all that are in the chat right now as well. Justin Wills in the building. Yo, what to do? Kick Doe Lock. Yo, let's get it. What to do? Should the Panthers trade CMC? I don't know. He is one of the most versatile running backs in the league. You're not going to get fair trade compensation when he is healthy. He's arguably the best running back in the league, but that's a problem. He's never fucking healthy. Dalvin Cook injured. AK-41 got nipped up a little bit. Derrick Henry got nipped up. So it's like pretty much everyone got banged up this year at running back. 26-yard attempt. Field goal is good. 22-7 Cardinals over the Cowboys. I'm watching it on NFL Network Week 17 if you want to hop on NFL Network and watch the game with me, but that's what I'm watching right now. But I don't know if you're going to get fair trade value. I mean, if you get a quarterback like Deshaun Watson, if he's even a fucking good player anymore, and you add that to the roster, I like the defense. I like the weapons that you have on offense. The offensive line needs some work. The defense needs a little bit of work as well. But I mean, I don't think you guys are that far from like a playoff run, but the problem is that CMC can't stay healthy, and if you do trade him, you're not going to get equal value, so you might as well keep him for as long as his contract is up, and then it'll be his decision if he wants to leave, but I wouldn't kind of pursue a trade because you're not going to get trade value. I mean, what do you expect? Trade CMC for Dalvin Cook? Trade CMC for AK-41, trade CMC for Derrick Henry, and those other teams probably aren't looking to trade those guys, and it just depends when these contracts are up, and a lot of contracts are going to be up for a lot of the elite running backs here in the next couple years, next year and the year after. So there might be opportunities for another running back to come in, but unless you're getting Dalvin Cook, Derrick Henry, AK-41, Jonathan Taylor, Nick Chubb, in like a trade, it's not going to be an even trade, and we already know that, you know what I'm saying? So you just got to hope that he can take care of his body, that freak of nature, run CMC, Christian McCaffrey, and just see what happens. But I do think that if he stays healthy for a full season and you guys have a better quarterback and then build on the O-line and the defense, you guys aren't that far away from a playoff run. I really, truly, honestly believe that. I always give my good hot takes on the NFC South. Obviously, I've been a Buck fan since 95. I follow the Saints, the Panthers, and the Falcons very heavy, just like the rest of the league. But I definitely keep extra tabs on the NFC South, 3Fs. Sarah Small, I love the scoreboard, and how are all of you? How are you doing? I know you were sick for quite some time. I hope that you're feeling a little bit better. Glad to see you in the room, and thank you. I'm really pleased how everything has turned out. Everything looks fucking great. Like, absolutely, I don't think I could ask for anything better than what we got on the screen right now. It's fucking great, man. YouTube GM, what a deal. Probably going to go to sleep soon. No problem, man. No problem. You can hop in the room. This was kind of last minute. I was just going to debut, the scoreboard. I'm going to be doing some of the games tomorrow. And I just got to a point where, I've had some ups and I've had some downs, but I know that, one thing that can get me back on track, obviously, is always you guys and watching NFL. So here I am. Hope everyone is having a fantastic Friday night. JT for MVP. What to do? Wrestling fans, I recommend DPW. Send me some links, JT. Send me some links. Government name. Send me the links. YouTube GM, I love the scoreboard, though. Thank you, man. Like I said, we had some ideas that we were bouncing back and forth. I wanted to have something more improved than the scoreboard that I had previously. This one is exactly what I wanted. Like, everything to the T. It's exactly what I wanted. And the footer, the header on the bottom, exactly what I wanted. And I'm just so thankful I got Johnny on my team. Man, it feels so good. Let's see here. Should the Panthers draft a QB or O-line? I'm not sure if there's going to be enough good QBs in this draft that's going to be able to be like a Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert impact. I mean, look at all the quarterbacks this season. We all thought that all these guys were going to be so great. Trevor Lawrence struggled because they don't have a good supporting cast. Urban Meyer gone, kicking players and being a dick. Or that didn't work out, right? Zach Wilson, same thing. You know what I mean? You got Saleh, but you don't really have a good supporting cast, and so obviously he's going to struggle and look like shit, but he's got some potential as well with Trevor Lawrence. It's just you got to get talent. They're not good enough to be able to lead a team like Aaron Rodgers. They need help, and they need talent to be able to make themselves look a little bit better. Justin Fields, might be the most talented one out of them all. He's got a lot of potential, a lot of upside, but Nagy is holding him back, and they're going to have to find someone to replace Allen Robinson, because at some point he's gone, and they're going to have to get some better weapons on the O-line, the running backs. I mean, I like Montgomery. I think David Montgomery is one of the more underrated running backs in the league. So Mooney was pretty good this season for him as well, but they need more talent at tight end, Cole Kmet. They need more talent than Allen Robinson, even though normally he's a top 10 wide receiver, but he just never got the chemistry with Justin Fields. Mooney played better this season, and you just need better defense, and you need Vic Fangio to come back. Stop being the Denver Bronco head coach and go back to being the Bears DC, and then maybe the Bears could end up doing something. Mac Jones has had some ups and downs. He's definitely a game manager. He's fit into that scheme very well. He's played very, very well for the New England Patriots, but he's not going to really jump off on the page. Some games will look good. Other games he'll throw for 3 passes. You don't really know what you're going to get. New England is always going to be built by running the football and playing great defense. That's just the bottom line. And then obviously we know Trey Area. All right, we know Trey Lance hasn't really got a chance to play just yet, and there's some potential there, but he is a project QB. Jimmy G has been up, he's been down, but they're obviously in contention for the playoffs. Look for Trey Lance to get his opportunity next year. So, and none of those guys are even close to Joe Burrow or Justin Herbert. I think Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert are both top 10 quarterbacks. Sometimes they play great. Sometimes they fucking struggle. We'll see if the Chargers can beat the Raiders and get into the playoffs. I'm not sure which way it's going to go, but I would assume the Chargers should win if they have a lot of their dynamic playmakers, on the outside and at running back, Eckler and Mike Williams. And obviously we know Keenan Allen. Big facts. Thank you so much for the praise of the scoreboard and the new look with the footer and the header at the bottom of the screen. It's something I'm really, really proud of. Brute Saint in the building. Scoreboard looking fucking fire. Appreciate that, man. Like I said, it's just something that I've always wanted, and we finally got it, man. Let's see. Y'all, only wide receiver is Mike Evans now, Justin Wills. We got more than Mike Evans. I mean, Godwin and AB are gone, but obviously there's other guys that can step up. Hopefully Scotty Miller, Tyler Johnson. There's other guys that are like average, slightly above average that can make plays. And as long as Brady's in there and has time, my offensive line is very underrated. I think they're top 10. So I think as long as we have time and we can get, Lombardi, Lenny, Rojo, and some of these guys to actually run the football, I mean, we're definitely at a disadvantage compared to last year. We have a lot more injuries, a lot more drama in the building. It's not looking like we're going to get to the NFC Championship game or the Super Bowl. That's just honesty. You know what I mean? Do I wish that we could get to the NFC Championship game and Super Bowl? Of course. Do I think that we can? Yes. But it's going to be a lot harder than last year, especially with, Lambeau, Green Bay Packers having the home field advantage. And then you got Packers, you got Rams, you got Cowboys, you got Buccaneers, you got Cardinals. And then maybe Eagles, Niners, Saints. We'll have to see how it all shakes out. AFC, got a lot of teams that are jockeying for position, but you got the Chiefs as the number 1 team, but then you got the Colts, the Bengals, right? New England. There's a few other teams, Titans, they're kind of jockeying for position. But right now, I feel the hottest teams, as of right now, the ones that I feel the most confident in are probably the Chiefs, the Bengals, and the Colts. I think I like those 3 teams, and then maybe sprinkle a little bit of the Titans, depending off with Henry, if he can end up being healthy and get out there. That'll definitely help. Those are probably the top dogs, but they don't match up to the Packers, the Rams, the Buccaneers, and the Cowboys, and the Cardinals. I think those teams are slightly better than the AFC teams, but I definitely think the AFC teams could do some damage, and I don't know if we're going to end up having like a Bengals-Chiefs AFC championship game, but I think if it plays out that way, that's what I would want. That's what I think that would be the funnest matchup to watch. Joe Burrow, the up-and-coming quarterback, obviously doing big things, and then you already got Patrick Mahomes and that defense. They're rolling on all cylinders right now. And then on the NFC side, I want Packers, Bucks. I mean, Rams, Cowboys, Cardinals, you guys are great teams as well, but I want Packers, Bucks. I want an opportunity to try to maximize this window with Tom Brady, but if I can't, I would be cool with Rams, Packers, or Cowboys, Packers. Actually, I probably would want Cowboys, Packers. I mean, no disrespect to Cooper Kupp or Matthew Stafford, but the Cowboys haven't been good in a long, long time, and it'd be kind of cool to see them go above and beyond. You know what I mean? They're like, this is our year. This is our year. We damn boys, this is our year. This might actually be their year, but they do have some ups and downs and some inconsistency issues on offense and defense as well. JT for MVP. Trade for Gardner Minshew. They need a little bit more than Gardner Minshew, JT, for MVP. That's big facts. Let's see here. Sarah Small in the building. Brute Saint in the building. YouTube GM Gardner Minshew is a solid starter, but they need a little bit more. You know, if you're already going to be giving up on, you know, your guy now there in Carolina, I think they need someone a little bit better than Gardner Minshew. Maybe Gardner Minshew as a backup, but they need like a top 10 quarterback. You know what I mean? The Panthers need a top 10 quarterback to be able to scratch the surface. Still scratchy throat and coughing, but trying to get better. Otherwise, I'm okay. That's good to hear. Finished 16th in passer rating first year, 14th in passer rating in second year. Yeah, Gardner Minshew's nice. You know, I watched him at Washington State. You know, I'm a Pac-10, Pac-12 guy, so I'm very familiar with him, but I'm not sure if he's going to be good enough to lead a team all the way through the season. You know what I'm saying? Like, can you really feel that confident about Gardner Minshew being the quarterback one of your team? It's like, maybe, but you better have a lot of supporting cast, a great defense, and an amazing coaching staff as well. And that's big facts. Marcos Pineda, Seahawks, 12th man. Let me drink a beer because I'm obviously talking to my boy, Marcos Pineda. He likes Budweiser. I like Corona. Marcos, what do you think about the channel, my boy? You like it, man? It's looking fire, right? I mean, I've been putting in a lot of time, a lot of effort, connecting with the right people, and God damn it, finally, this channel is looking exactly the way that I wanted it. Cheers to that. Cheers, cheers, cheers. Ooh, that's good. 22-7 Cardinals up on the Cowboys. 2:55 left in the third quarter on NFL Network. First thing that came to mind was CTE when AB pulled that stunt. I mean, CTE, obviously selfishness, wanting the money, thinking that everyone is against him and that they weren't going to give him the targets and the touchdown opportunities to get that $1 million bonus. I get it. It's a lot of fucking money. But, I mean, and then to go on that, podcast and rip Tom Brady, it's like, dude, he brought you into his home last year. So, I mean, we're talking about people that are fake. All right, we're talking about people that don't really give a shit about people when they're trying to help them. It's just sad that he's so fucking selfish. He could have won another Super Bowl, but I guess at this point you already won the Super Bowl, so maybe he doesn't give a shit. He's just about the money and not really, caring, about the teammates and everything that they did for him. How quickly he was to forget on really who stuck their neck out for him, Tom Brady, to be able to even have him live in the guest room, you know what I mean, and try to get him back on track. Because there's not a lot of teams that probably wouldn't have been able to have success and have, Brady and Bruce Arians be like, listen, you know what I mean, we know you're talented, but you got to kind of, buckle down and, listen to our rules. And he did for about a season, but then it just fucking washed all away. Sad that he's no longer on the team, especially with the Chris Godwin injury. He was going to be a key component with Mike Evans on the other side, so that's what's going to make it a little bit tougher for Tampa to be able to repeat this season. Anything is possible, but as long as Brady's under center, I know I have a chance, and that's what makes me excited. Let's see here. YouTube GM. Minshew is pretty good, though, and definitely a starting caliber. Yeah, I mean, he's kind of on that same level of, like, Marcus Mariota, you know what I mean? Like, guys that are typically backups that could start on maybe 5 to 10 teams, but we have to see if they get their opportunity. Jeff Billings in the building. What a deal. What up, Orion, my guy? Fly, Eagles, fly. Let's make a playoff run. Hey, you're already there. You already made the playoffs. You guys were projected to win 3 games, and you guys are in the playoffs. I'm super excited for you. Carson Wentz has played good, so you guys can be excited for him on the Colts, right? And you're going to get that 3 first-round draft picks. So the future for Philly is bright. Now we just got to, Howie and the rest of the organization, you got to make sure that you guys hit on those 3 draft picks. And I was going to say, in the last 10 years, you guys have had a lot of misses with draft picks, but within the last couple years, it's gotten better. So I'm really excited to see what direction they go. They definitely need to go defense. Fletcher Cox is not getting any younger. Big play Slay, Darius Slay is not getting any younger. You guys could definitely use a corner like Derek Stingley, obviously from LSU. Maybe another wide receiver like an Olave on the other side, to Devontae Smith, the Heisman winner. I mean, we don't really know what direction they're going to go. Maybe another offensive lineman could always help out, obviously, with the kind of that spread offense and that kind of run and gun, run and shoot offense that you guys run. I definitely like what you guys have at quarterback. Some people were like, do we need to move on? Do we need to move on? Gardner Minshew got his chance to get in there, but I definitely like the roster as it sits, and you don't need to replace the starting QB. He's the man. Justin Wells, what if we get Russell Wilson? They're not going to do Russell Wilson for Run CMC, my dude. And if Russell Wilson was going to go to a team in the NFC South, he probably would rather go to the Saints because they already have a running game, a defense, offensive line, good coaching. They would probably, he would probably want to go there rather than the Panthers. Not saying the Panthers aren't good, but I think the perfect spot for him is the Giants, personally, because he wants to go to a bigger market. But we'll have to see if Pete Carroll is gone, Russell Wilson is gone, or both of them are gone. But my true fit would be the Giants for Russell Wilson. The place that he could be the most successful, the quickest, would be Nolans. If Russell Wilson went to Nolans, right, for the Saints, I mean, they're going to be a Super Bowl contender right away. I mean, as long as you're not getting the shitty Russell Wilson after the finger. And this season we kind of seen some uncharacteristic Russell Wilson play, but I still think he is a top 5 quarterback in this league, normally top 3. All right, let's see here. Minshew got punished for playing well when in Jacksonville, yeah. Run CMC is expensive, no kidding. Minshew is underappreciated. Calvin Griffin in the building. Roll Tide. What to do, man? How are you? I might have to see if I can end up getting an Alabama and Georgia. Actually, I'm going to message Johnny right now. One sec here. All right, I'm seeing if he can send me the Alabama and Georgia team logo, so maybe I can use this particular scoreboard for the Natty. I'm thinking that Alabama is going to win it, but obviously if Georgia won it, it would be great for college football just to have someone else, win. But I definitely think Alabama is going to win the championship again. Every time that we, doubt them, what do? They just slap whoever is in front of them in the mouth, right? And then they end up just surprising everyone. It's like, oh, this is the weakest Alabama team. They're not that good. And then they go in there and just beat the shit out of Georgia in the SEC championship game. And I don't know if they're going to beat them the same way in the Natty, but I definitely know that chances are, if I'm putting money on the game, I'm probably going Alabama. That's facts. Let's see here. Nola's in the building. What to do? KK's uncle in the building. What to do? Marcos Pineda, new scoreboard looks badass and looks so official. Thank you, man. Like I said, it looks nice. The top looks nice. The bottom looks nice. And this ugly mug is ready to be able to put on a great show for you guys, man. Let's see here. The Super Bowl, Jeff Billings. Hey, you might not be Super Bowl worthy, but hey, you guys got to the playoffs and you guys got a bright future in Philly, and that's big facts. Matt Ryan would be good in Pittsburgh. I don't know how many more years left Matt Ryan has. I mean, he's a similar quarterback, to Ben Roethlisberger, not very mobile, pocket quarterback. Might be able to do something. There's just a lot of distractions there. You got Najee Harris. Offensive line is terrible. You got a lot of wide receivers that are kind of divas. Deontay Johnson stepped up to be kind of the best wide receiver this year. You got Chase Claypool. Normally Juju's there. I don't know. And then the defense isn't really as good as they were in years past. I mean, they always get a lot of sack lunches and picks, and you got TJ Watt and Minka Fitzpatrick, but it doesn't seem like they're the same Pittsburgh Steeler team with Mike Tomlin, even though he hasn't had a losing season ever, since he's been there, which is amazing. What an amazing stat for Mike Tomlin to be able to have so many consecutive years with no losing season. Shout out to him. I know if Bruce Arians leaves and Leftwich is gone or Todd Bowles is gone, I know that Mike Tomlin has Tampa Bay ties in the coaching tree. I would love to have Mike Tomlin. If they decide to fire him in Pittsburgh, I would love to have him in Tampa Bay. And that might be a natural homecoming if he ends up coming to Tampa Bay at some point if he gets fired. And we have an opening at that point. Let's see here. Orion, did you see the video I sent you this morning? Hope did. I hope maintain the fire inside you. Which one was it? I think I've seen a couple of them. Let me take a quick look. I seen that you sent me. Oh, this morning. Let me watch it real quick. Start anywhere. Fail. Start again. Fail. Start again. Stop waiting for the perfect time. It doesn't exist. Yeah, and sometimes you do got to grind, you know what I mean? I'll watch the whole video. I think I ended up watching a little snippet of it. But, yeah, I mean, I'm going to watch it all the way through. And it's good, man, because like I said, there's not a perfect time. And you got to work hard, and you got to put in the time. You got to put in the grind. But if you're willing to work hard, I mean, you will be able to get the results. You got to have talent, right? You got to be likable. You got to have that aura, that vibe. People have to like you. You have to be real. But if you're a hard worker and you're a grinder and you have passion and you have energy and you're smart and you're willing to put in the time, people will follow you, and people will want to be a part of what your brand is. And I'm just really proud to have amazing fans like you guys, the Fanatic family. And now the aesthetics are starting to match up with my passion, my energy, my knowledge of the game. And, we're going to take off. I know we're going to take off. We got to get more subs, more views, more Fanatic family members. The donos will be higher. Hopefully we get to a point where we have more Fanatic family members so I can do raids and we can do more like charity work. I definitely want to be able to give back to the community and give back to other charities and just give back in general. But I really love you guys and I appreciate you guys very, very much. Let's see here. Scrolling down. All right, let me scroll here. Got a lot of comments in here. All right, I'm getting scrolled down. Saints ain't drafting a receiver in the first, probably get offensive line, Calvin Griffin. Yeah, because Nola, right? Nola, he just feeds off what he reads on Instagram or whatever someone else says in the media. He hops on the bandwagon and has to agree with whatever the people in the Saints fan base are saying or Saints beat reporters or people like that. Make your own decision. You know what I mean? And you obviously, if you know your team, you know what I mean? You can't listen to all these fucking trolls because a lot of them don't know anything. You know what I mean? You can say, I want this player, I want this player, I want this player. But Sean Payton don't give a fuck what you want. He's going to pick what he feels is best, which might not be the best, piece for the team at the time. Maybe some pieces that were left. I can just imagine if Justin Jefferson, was on the Saints. What could have been, right? What could have been with some of these people, or Asante Samuel Jr., Terrence Marshall Jr. There's a lot of opportunities. You decided to go Peyton Turner and some of these other guys. Well, these guys, Adebo was pretty good, but it was kind of surprising. But no matter what the Saints media or these people on the internet tell you, come on, man, make up your own mind. You know what I mean? Don't just be one of these trolls, listening to other trolls and thinking that you know everything. Because a lot of these people, they don't know fucking anything. They don't know fucking anything. And chances are you guys aren't going to go for a wide receiver in the first round. Now, would it make sense, with the depth issues that you have? Of course, but it's not really the Saints' MO to be able to go that particular route. Calvin Griffin's on it. Anything that you think that you're going to get, you get the complete fucking opposite. You know what I mean? Like, oh, we're going to get a wide receiver, and then you guys pick a fucking kicker. You know what I mean? You don't know what's going to happen unless you're in the room with Sean Payton, and that's facts. Let's see here. Calvin Griffin, just like I said, I know fans want the Saints to draft a wide receiver, but realistically the Saints ain't drafting wide receiver in the first, and they'll probably end up getting a wide receiver in free agency rather than draft one in the first round. That's what I feel. And they'll try to find a name that's available, pick them up, and then have that be the wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3, instead of getting a beast like Olave, because he'll probably be gone way, way before you guys pick. With the talent that he has, he might end up being the next Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase. So there's no way in hell that you're going to get a player like that unless you trade up. And I don't think you guys have the capital to trade up. So, Brute saying, last time we got a first-round wide receiver was Cooks in 2014. Time to make it 2022, for Christ's sake. I hear you. The Bucs have the best O-line. I don't know if we have the best O-line. I don't know if I would go that far, but we definitely have one of the top 10 offensive lines. And I remember last season, they said that our secondary and offensive line was one of the worst in the NFL. And by the time we hit December, we were both top 10 units on the O-line and the secondary, even though the secondary gets burnt, obviously from time to time. Carlton, Sean Murphy-Bunting, Jamel Dean. I like Antoine Winfield Jr., though. He's probably the most solid out of all of them. But we'll see. They just need a little bit more time. They're young, and hopefully they get a little bit more chemistry as the years go on. Smash them thumbs, my dude. Odin's son. How do you like the look, my guy? Man, I'm ready. I am ready. Will the Thrill. What it do, man? Hey, fam. Well, how are you, dude? All the way from Scotland. What it do? Let's see here. To be fair, I wouldn't mind an O-lineman in the first either. Our depth in that position is trash. Yeah, I agree. I think offensive line would be more critical because, unless you get like an Olave, but it's not going to happen. So I would probably try to grab, again, the best offensive lineman, get some defensive depth as well. Just get more depth. But you're going to have to address the wide receiver position. But again, it probably won't be until like the second, third, fourth round. And more realistically, it'll probably be a free agent that they try to lure to come over to join the squad. YouTube GM, what are your favorite bands and songs? Wow, we just took a left turn right there from football. I don't know if I really have favorite bands and songs. I think Ozzy Osbourne, as far as like rock legends, he's my favorite. He's someone that I can listen to no matter what time of day, and I just love his talent level. His shit is fucking eternal. But I can listen to, Guns N' Roses, Metallica. I can listen to any of the old school stuff, Green Day. It just kind of depends on my mood. I'm more of like a hip hop person, but I'm so into wrestling that I, listen to a lot of like the rock music based off the intros in wrestling. So, that kind of goes hand in hand, rock and wrestling, not necessarily hip hop, but I have a nice kind of feel. I mean, obviously I've always been old school, Dr. Dre, Snoop, Bone Thugs and Harmony, Tupac, Biggie, and there's a lot of them out there. I like Drake. I like E40, Bay Area, you know what I mean? There's a lot of people that I like to listen to. It just depends on my mood and what I'm feeling. But usually if it's hip hop, like if I'm on Pandora, I usually do like the Drake channel or the E40 channel. Typically it's E40. That's probably one of my top 5 that's kind of underrated, that I can listen to E40 any time of day, the old shit, the new shit, and it always gets me hyphy. It always gets me lit, and it gets me going. So Jeff Billings. He said, let's have a great playoff run. He said, by the way, I love the new look. Thank you, man. Thank you. Calvin Griffin, Saints supporter, said, fuck the Packers. He said, fuck the Packers, just like that. I can't stand your quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, but I would rather see Brady win in the next 10 than saying Rodgers win another. Wow. I don't think I've heard too many people that have that kind of stance on Rodgers and the Packers, but, I mean, everyone's entitled to their opinion. Why do you hate, Calvin, Aaron Rodgers and the Packers so much? Is there a reasoning why that you hate the Packers? Is it something that they did to the Saints, or bad memories that you had growing up? Let me know why you hate the Packers and Aaron Rodgers so much as a Saints fan. Please do. Let's see here. Let me scroll down. KK's uncle get a left tackle in the second. I don't want to waste it on an O-line man if he gets injury prone, or a lineman, defensive line. Yeah. Yeah, and like I said, some guys are going to be injury prone, like Davenport, and then obviously you guys lost T-Rex, and that was the Bengals' gain and your guys' loss. I wish that he would have stayed on the roster, but everything happens for a reason, and the NFL is a business. You're not going to be able to keep everybody. So, what up, Orion, in the NWSF? We will see Uncle Rico, the Cougar Slayer, tomorrow against your girls. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, man. I said, no, I ain't tripping. I just can't stand Aaron. Yeah. Will to throw the whole Alex Guerrero stuff, the girls in the hotel room, no one is owning up. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, that girl that she licked the toilet seat and went viral, and he just smashed her or whatever, supposedly, and said that he was going to, have this thing that he was going to do as predetermined or whatever. I mean, AB is a head case. He probably has CTE, but the bottom line is I hope that he gets the help that he needs. But it kind of sucks when you have someone talk bad about the coach or Brady or the players, because what we've done is just try to welcome him, and obviously we knew the talent was there, because if we thought that the talent level didn't exceed the drama, no one would have picked him. No one would have signed him. If AB's talent was average and he's doing all this shit, do you think anyone would have signed him last year? I mean, he would have been out of the league forever. But we know that when he's healthy, he's a top 20 wide receiver. Top 20. Sometimes he can play like a top 15 or a top 10 in certain games. That's why we decided to pick him up, because Brady knew that he needs all the fucking weapons that he can get. He doesn't need to sugarcoat it and say hey, AB, we're best friends. He tried to, get him a job because he knew that he needed him to be able to win the fucking Super Bowl. That's fucking the truth. You know what I mean? You needed him. AB knew it, you know what I mean? But don't fucking take him for granted like that. It just, it is what it is. We already won the Super Bowl last year. If we don't win another Super Bowl for quite some time, I'm okay with it. But I do want to be able to maximize this window. And if we can end up playing the Packers in Lambeau and win, and then play against the Chiefs in the Super Bowl in a rematch, that's what I want. But I know America wants Packers, Chiefs, and I would be totally down for that matchup as well, because then that would be good for Air Whitey, Grossi Posse, and a lot of the Packer fans that want to see them get there. But if you end up getting there and then the Chiefs beat you, that would probably be a stinging blow. Get all the way to the Super Bowl, beat the Buccaneers in the NFC Championship game, and then lose to the Chiefs and Mahomes, and then Rodgers is gone and Devontae Adams is gone. That would be tough. That's 3 low blows. Losing the Super Bowl and then losing your 2 best players. Tough. Tough, tough, tough. Let's see here. Scrolling down. Aaron Rodgers, the best damn QB skill-wise ever seen, bruh. He's very good. He's very, very good. All right, I'm scrolling here. Nola acting as he's like the GM of the Saints. It's mandatory for the Saints to get wide receiver first round. What kind of input do you have? You don't even make up your own criteria. You don't even make up your own, like, hot takes. You just listen to someone else on the internet and then you hop on that wagon because that's what you do. All right? Come up with your own takes instead of listening to everyone on Saints Twitter, on Saints Instagram, and these beat reporters out there. You got to be realistic. And all the other Saints fans in the room and all the people in the building that will watch this video, I mean, it'll be very rare that you guys end up getting a wide receiver. And if you do get a wide receiver, you ain't going to get the one you want. You're going to get some fucking guy you've never even heard of. You won't even get Olave. You'll get some random motherfucker from, like, Rutgers. And then you'll be like, and then you're going to be complaining about that move. That's just what the Saints do. Come on, man. You should know your team already if you're such a quote-unquote expert, Nola. Come on, man. Armstead is not soft. Stop it. Stop it. Do you even know your own team? You, like, seriously, some of the comments that you say, I'm like, dude, do you even watch your team play? Do you even know your roster top to bottom? Come on, my dude. Come on, my dude. Do some research. Make up your own opinions. Don't get off that fucking Twitter, Saints Twitter, and the fucking Saints Instagram. Come on, man. Come on, man. All right, I'm scrolling down here. Oh, here we go. Here's a mature statement by Nola. Just when I think that maybe he can redeem himself. Calvin, bro, if we don't go wide receiver first round, Sean going to be blocking me on God. Yeah, because that's what immature people do. Grow up, bro. Seriously. And you are the type of person to start swearing and doing that shit. I thought you were going to be more mature or at least try. You don't ever fucking listen, bro. You're like a broken record. I can tell you over and over and over what to do, and you never listen. It's like you're almost a lost cause on that end, my dude. You just always are stubborn, and then you just do dumb shit like that. Dude, you don't come after your own fucking coach and your teammates and then get blocked on Twitter and Instagram afterwards. Come on. It's like the most immature shit I've ever heard in my entire life, my dude. Come on. Come on. Odin's son, he says, I love the look. Thank you, man. Thank you. You know, like I said, I got the new scoreboard up there at the top. All right. I got the nice little footer, header at the bottom. It's looking good. It's looking good. Will the Thrill. He said, I love the new scoreboard. Johnny outdoing himself yet again. Damn right he is, man. Damn right he is. V-Man 29397. Bang! $5. Thank you, man, to get it off the donos off to the right foot. I hope you are aware you only beat the Jets because of miscommunication on 4th and 2. If they call the jet sweep to Berrios, he was comically wide open. Yeah, I mean, we didn't really deserve to win that game. You guys were playing well. Come on, man. V-Man, you know this. If there's anyone on YouTube that roots for the underdog, it's me. I have that real appreciation for the Jets, the Lions, you know, the Jags, like, you know, kind of the bottom feeder teams that have potential that are going to hopefully, you know, get better in the next 2, 3, 4 years. But, you know, I don't think that, like, I mean, when people see the matchup on paper, we obviously know that the Jets aren't really that good of a football team. But they definitely, you know, step up the best that they can, and they play up to their potential. They at least try to. But, you know, you just don't have the depth and the talent level just yet. But I do like Zach Wilson. I think he is one of my favorites out of the 5 that were drafted this year with, you know, Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Justin Fields, Trey Lance, and obviously Mac Jones. Mac Jones. I do like Zach Wilson's arm the best out of all of them. He's a gunslinger, but he's going to need O-line and some more weapons. Give it time, and I'm hoping that, you know, he can end up eventually making a name for himself like Joe Burrow and my boy, Justin Herbert. Thank you so much for the dono. V-Man 29397 representing Jets, Jets. I see you. Appreciate you, my dude. All right, I'm scrolling down. Berrios says Edelman-like. Yeah, I do like Berrios a lot. Very underrated. That's facts.
Personal foul, face mask on the defense, number 97. 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
No one will be calmer, cooler, and more intense at the same time than Aaron Rodgers. I love Rodgers, man. Some people don't like him, like Calvin Griffin, but hey, I like him. You know what I mean? I take him on my team, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, if they can stop the run, you know, they're going to be able to have a chance, and they're going to have Mason Crosby kick some field goals. That might end up being what kind of maybe prevents them from winning, you know, the Super Bowl or even getting to the Super Bowl. If the kicking game with Mason Crosby isn't good, or if they can't stop the run, that'll be the only thing that really derails Green Bay. So, but maybe this is the year. Maybe third time's a charm. You know what I mean? Oh, that beer is good. That beer is good. Well, I hope everyone is having a fantastic day. I appreciate you guys very, very much. Hope you guys like the new look of the scoreboard and obviously the footer header on the bottom. Man, it's just amazing, dude. Because like I said, I've been dreaming of this look for like 3, 4, 5 years. You know what I mean? And I finally got to a point where we got it. We finally got everything looking on point for the future. So it's going to be an amazing run for the Northwest Sports Fanatics in 2022. We definitely did not gain the amount of subs, views. The donos in football season were very good, you know, based off, you know, your guys' support, but we can only go up from here. And especially with the new look of the channel now, obviously there's going to be a lot of people that haven't watched me in a while, or once they find out who I am, they'll be like, oh, this looks good. And, you know, this guy's got energy. We got a great fan base, and that's one thing that I'm really proud of. I'm always going to give you the energy, the passion. I'm going to give you the knowledge, obviously with all the film that I watch, and obviously with all the reading that I do with all the team websites and whatnot for not only NFL, but college football and AEW and everything in between NBA and MLB from time to time. But I'm excited. I'm really excited for what's in the future for the NWSF. So I'm just glad I was able to catch you. Told you Georgia to Oregon time would just work. Yeah, Georgia to Oregon time, baby. All right, what do we got here? It's 9 minutes left in the fourth quarter, 22-14 Cardinals. I'm not sure if I really believe in the Cardinals. I mean, I like the Cowboys more for sure. It's like the Cardinals might be the most overrated 10-plus win team in the league. I mean, they got a lot of talent. I think J.J. Watt's coming back. Derrick Henry's coming back. Like, you're getting a lot of these guys. Cam Akers is coming back, and a lot of these teams are going to need these guys to be able to make this push. But I just don't know if I believe in the Cardinals. I just don't know. Like, if they're at home, they probably have the worst home field advantage out of any team. It's like I don't even know if the fans are there. Anytime I watch a game that's in Arizona, it's like I never hear the fan base. It just seems like it's like a road game every single time I watch them. And Kyler doesn't play good football in November and December, so until he proves to me that he can play great football in November and December, I don't know if I can really pick them to be like an NFC championship game contender or a Super Bowl contender for that matter. That's facts. Let's see here. Tomlin and Rodgers to Tampa. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Don't think the Saints would get Russ just for the fact I don't think they would be stupid enough to give up the amount it's going to take to get him. Exactly. Right. You'd have to give a lot more than MT. I think MT's kind of damaged goods, to be honest. You know what I mean? Because he's kind of a diva himself, kind of like AB. You know, it's kind of like more of a me guy. And now he can't really stay on the field. So I don't really know what his value is, you know, across the league. We know what he did a couple years ago. The Cooper Kupp stat line is just as good as his stat line, if not better this year. And it's like almost a forgotten thing. Like, Saints fans remember what happened, but this is post Drew Brees era. And like I said, I don't really know if MT honestly wants to be there. And I don't think his value is as high as it was a couple years ago, you know, based off the injuries. Because, I mean, the talent is there, but can he stay on the field and be healthy for a full 17-game season? And I don't think he can. So it's already been 2 years now. And then if he can't stay healthy this year, he might be considered damaged goods. And then his stock might be kind of going down. So, I mean, I still think in the right team that he could definitely, you know, make a name for himself again. But it's probably not going to be with the Saints. And so I don't really know where they're going to go. But, yeah, I don't think Russ is going to go there. I think Russ to the Giants seems like the most logical fit for me. Because they want him and Sierra, they want to go to a bigger market for endorsements. You know, they want to be able to go to the Mecca. You know what I mean? So if it's not in L.A., it's going to be in New York. That's just my personal feeling. Justin Wills, Orion, who has the better future, the Panthers or the Saints? I think both. I think both. Once the Saints, you know, get their quarterback, if it's not Jameis Winston, because I thought Jameis played great for them, and they would have made the playoffs. easily as a 6 seed. I think with Jameis Winston, if he would have played all year, they would have won a bunch of games. Defense is always good. They're always fighters, and they're always disciplined. Offensive line is great. AK-41, my favorite running back in the league, is great. So, I mean, they have a lot of pieces, that are there. It's just that they need to improve on depth, and then they need to improve at the wide receiver position and maybe get a better tight end as well. I mean, I'm not, Jared Cook is one thing, Adam Troutman. I mean, you need someone better. If you could get like not necessarily a Hall of Fame tight end, but like an all-pro tight end or Pro Bowl tight end, definitely would be better for them. A nice check down guy. You feel me? Let's see here. Josh Long in the building. What to do? I'm good, man. I got the scoreboard, brand new look of the scoreboard in the channel. I'm excited for 2022, my dude. I am excited. Nola now saying something that he has no credibility on talking about. Man, MT ain't going no damn where. That's what you think. You think he's a top, number 1 wide receiver in the league. He's not, my dude. All right? He's not even considered top 5 anymore. I mean, based off his skill set, you could say he's top 10, but there's probably a lot of other wide receivers that can stay on the field that other teams would rather want than MT. You're just so fucking biased of your players and the Saints, until they leave your team and then you get blocked from them on Twitter or Instagram, because that's what you do, all right? The maturity is not there. Come on, Nola. Grow up, my dude. But don't be surprised. I talk shit into existence. And if you're so smart, how come you guys didn't go 13-4 or 14-3 like you told me at the beginning of the year? Remember what I told you? I told you guys were going to go 9-8 or 8-9, and it looks like I'm right and you're wrong. So, do some research, my dude. You know what I mean? You can be biased as hell,